Hey guys, Aaron here with a new video. Let's talk about Nova because we kinda should. Also, free code at the end of the video, as I normally do patch recaps on Friday, but I did a patch review on Wednesday instead. So no patch recap today, just let's talk about Nova and her two polar opposite classes. So we got Nova now for a few days and I've spent a decent amount of time on her playing. I'm not a pro yet, but here comes the but. I've tried both Succession now and Awakening, and I can say that out of both sides, Succession is the clear winner. But still, I mentioned with the Awakening video that PA needs to stop making classes that rely 100% on either having 200 of each pot in your inventory or require you to have the infinite potion to make use of a class. When I tried Succession, I was really confused where my 100 or so HP pots went. After some research, apparently every single time you proc Axion, he uses up between 150 and 200 HP. That's a lot of HP in a short time frame. So I depleted 100 pots in about 10 minutes. That said, I like the premise of this class being two complete opposites of each other instead of just being a different flavor of vanilla. Now, I was doing Rift bosses, and yes, I know I only have 2400 HP here. I don't have the SP to get the HP skills in Succession, and I was pretty much killing myself on mobs that can't otherwise kill me, just because Axion uses so much HP, especially when you use a lot of commands. For me, this huge reliance on pots is a huge turnoff for me. SP isn't a big issue right now with her command, as she gets a lot of more SP recovery, but now HP is, and yes, I know Iron, she has a ton of HP recovery in a bunch of skills no one will really use because they're all not protected. So basically, if you don't have weight on the class or using the infinite pot, you pretty much need to turn off Axion. Also, it's kind of funny that the tank version of her class deals more damage than the assassin part, so I really hope they will fix her Awakening. I saw a video of a PC player with 269 AP in Sakraya, and he seems to deal damage fine. So either it's because I have a PlayStation 4 and just not enough FPS, or 250 AP just isn't enough AP to actually deal damage with this class. And I mean damage as in you see the HP go down on enemies after you use a skill. I know full well I still suck with Nova, but I've tried to get some damage out of this class for over a day yesterday and switched to Succession, and I was then 2 or 3 shotting elites in Agman, like it should be. I really like the Starburst premise, but it should add value to the class. It shouldn't be something that brings you up to a normal class's damage, you know, which they have access to 24/7. And while outside of it, with Nova, you got nothing. And then a minute later, you can experience 30 seconds of normal class damage, then be nerfed again in between the stars. Even my Witch has this 20 AP self buff every minute, or is it 90 seconds? And just pressing that button, it puts her in a more damage capable state than Starburst does. So yeah, now I don't know if this class is, like I said, reliant on high FPS to be able to deal damage. Like I said, 269 AP PC player didn't seem to have issues, and he said he didn't actually know any proper combos yet. At this point, wish I had a PlayStation 5 so I could run a side-by-side comparison, but sadly I don't have one. I also don't want to coupon over and stack on 20 more Kudum AP on top of this class. 250 Kudum AP should be enough to actually deal some decent damage in Agman. The way I see it, they could add flows to the class. Usually flows are huge bursts of extra damage for most of the classes, as I don't see the Rabam skills make up for it, as they will likely say, can't use this now, and you need to switch to pre-awakening to actually use them like with Guardian. So flows, more damage, more recovery is definitely what we need for this class, as she feels very, very undertuned. Also, I've noticed there is a serious lack of ring menu skills. There are certain button combos that, let's say, they're annoying for me, personal preference, like the L1 and L2 combos. I just find them annoying to click, and I would personally put them on a ring menu slot, but you can't because there's like only 2 skills you can put on there, and one of them is to switch to pre-awakening, which you already have an entire triangle button for. It seems all very, very weird and unpolished, unfinished. So yeah, if anybody is watching this who has a PlayStation 5 or the newest Xbox that can test this class at 120 FPS with about the 250 or higher AP, can you chime in on how her damage is on your end? I would like to know. And yeah, some mentioned back attack damage. If the class is purely reliant on that, it's gonna be, let's be honest here, it's gonna be a dead class on console, like every other class that relies purely on back attacks and high chain combos. This isn't PC where you can just whip 180, we back and continue forward. It's gonna eat into your silver per hour, and I personally like my guardians high as fuck silver per hour. So if a new class comes in and wants to entice me with being mediocre at best, it's gonna be a really tough sell, especially when it comes with a lot of gimmicks that require a high APM. I don't know. Anyways, for now, if you roll to Nova as your new main, play Succession. As for good combo, you can still use the pre-awakening PvE combo in Succession from my channel. It flows exactly the same. I would show it, but I don't have the SP to get all the required skills at the moment for that combo. But yeah, I'll try to remember and link the video in the top right corner. So with that said, I really hope PC gets an update next week, as they patch every week to see what the tweaks will be to the new Nova class. As she is a new class, I doubt PA will let her die in the crypt. So I do have to give them credit for the premise and the storyline the class provided, and I am looking forward to the quest that we will get at some point that requires the key, the key you don't actually want to throw away. Maybe that quest unleashes all her power and we're right now just playing one of the many clones pretending to be the actual real Franziska Serik. We'll see. It was actually interesting to see that awakening quest. I'll be grinding some lower end spots for the rest of the week, see how she stacks up with her speed there and get some more skill points, and then actually try to kill, and then actually try to go back to Akman, either with Succession or Awakening, see how that goes, if I can switch between the two classes. Anyways, here's the code, guys. Iron, Nova, Suck, Awakening. Go get your free cons, guys. This code will only last for the weekend. Again, guys, thank you all for watching. Special thanks to the Wolfpack members of the channel. You guys have no idea what it means to me. Iron out.